great googly moogly 1,000 subs! Wowee. Well, thank you all so much for liking my channel enough to subscribe, let alone look at it. It means so much to me that my videos are entertaining. Well, I'll certainly be making more of them, so don't you worry. And to show my thanks, I'll be reading some of the comments you guys left on some of the videos, so let's get to it. This comment by Pearl Squad, Sixth Soul on the cooking video, says, "And a gun. And I started choking on my drink, so thanks." Well, I'm sorry. More credit has to go to the artist. I mean, they're the ones who actually came up with this concept, but I hope you enjoyed it, despite the fact that you almost drowned, on dry land. This comment by The Reaper on Team says, "I think they took Pokemon Go too far. I mean, even Diva and Rat haven't been sleeping for 40 hours. You know, I sometimes was amazed at how popular that game was. You know, one time, I think there was like a really infamous Pokemon somewhere like near Central Park, and like everybody and their mother and the bathroom sink just went and it was a lot of people. I think I have a video, like right there. See? I hope it's right there. Yeah, look, that's crazy. Insane. I have it. I just forget to play it." This next comment is by Raynite on the Wabbit video. Duck season, Wabbit season. Funny thing about that little joke / reference was never in the original material in the comic. I just sort of came up with it. I don't know. I guess it was just the title Wabbit made me think of that original Looney Tunes sketch where, it has that big Yeti that's like, "Oh, I will hug him and squeeze him and call him George." I just thought it was funny. I'm glad some of you think that too. This comment on Junkrat and May by Gabby Paganegra. I can't pronounce it. It's Gabby. It's by Gabby. "Your voice is perfect, OMG." Well, thank you. I actually only recently discovered that I can do a fairly convincing Junkrat voice when I was playing Overwatch, because, surprise, I actually play the game. And there was someone was yelling at me because I kept dying a lot, so I was just sort of hobbling as Junkrat back to the point. I think it was a control point map. And, it's like, "Oh, man, you're just too slow, Junkrat. Why don't you hurry up?" And then, like, I came over the voice chat thing, and I'm like, "Well, it's hard to move when you just have a peg leg for your other leg, you goober." And they're like, "Whoa." And I was like, "Whoa, I guess I can do it." Next comment on Tortillas says, "Tortilla XD." I can only assume that's like the face. By Laura Calvet, / parentheses Yang, end parentheses. Well, yes, tortilla. As I mentioned in response to another comment in that video, I am of Hispanic descent. So I could, I say things like tortilla and picadillo and, other stuff like that in Spanish, because that's, technically it is my native language, but when I was a kid, thanks to Sesame Street, English became my standard language, and even though I am technically Hispanic, Spanish quickly became my second language, even though it started out as my first. Because, well, in the United States of America, English is very important and everywhere. So, my family aren't too happy about that, but they still love me all the same. And the end bumper in that one, I figured, throw something out for the people who understand Spanish and the little picadillo thing I came up with myself. Also, not having to do with anything in the comic. Came up with it at the top of my head. That's what I did. The next comment is from Jackboy65 on the Teams video, who says, "The one thing I'm confused about is the fact that they found Talon's HQ." Well, I think the more confusing thing should be, the fact that they've been up for 40 hours. I find that more concerning. In fact, I would actually tell them to go see a doctor. Both of them. Next comment is for the video La Chancla from user Steve's Son, parentheses, crazy Asian, and parentheses. I think that's what it says. I don't know. I'm not privy to that leet speak. Anyway, the comment goes, I love that he doesn't move from his spot because he knows that dodging it would only make it much worse. Yeah. As a child of Hispanic descent, I must agree wholeheartedly. Yes. Next comment is for Wabbit again, and it's by Kyle Desjardins. By Kyle. I'm just gonna call you Kyle because I don't want to butcher your name any further than what I already have. Kyle says, Rabbit, and what's up, Doc? Yeah, I assume that's how you wanted it read because I'm pretty sure you're also referencing Looney Tunes as I did in the video. Yeah, I had Looney Tunes on the brain. Well, when I was a kid, it was really bad because I used to get like a big cooking bowl, fill it with Cocoa Puffs, and fill it with milk and just sit down and just watch like the Looney Tune hour that was happening along with all of the other Saturday morning cartoons. And I guess that was heaven. I kind of miss having those days. You can still do it now, but nothing compares to the days where you were a kid and all you had to worry about was homework and making your parents angry. I mean, those were the days, wasn't it? Yeah, those were the days. Comment is on Guns by user Geldalt, who says, I feel that Widow's voice was really forced in a French way. Good job, though. Well, thank you for that compliment? Question mark? I mean, I know you said good job, but, you know, and it's totally okay to throw criticisms. It's completely fine. The voice actress who did Widowmaker's voice is Carrie Lynn Davies, who has worked with me before on numerous projects and has helped me out on countless, projects of my own. And, I can speak through experience, and I'm more than sure she'll agree, that accents when they're not your own are kind of tough to do. You know what's tougher? Finding a fellow voiceover artist who has a decent microphone and has huge range. So the fact that Carrie was able to help me is rather a blessing for me. And I do understand that some people are like, oh, that's not Widowmaker. Well, I'm not Junkrat either, or I'm not 76 either. I'm not Roadhog either. But we try. We try our best, and the important thing is that everyone has fun. And as long as we accomplish that, well, I'm good to go. I don't care if Widowmaker ends up sounding like, like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, like there you are, huh? Sabade de toi, croissants and all that. At least it didn't end up that way. Alright, and the final comment that I'm going to tackle in this video is on the video Teams by Hannah Diva Song, who simply says, Dame más gasolina, and I'm going to respond with no, because gas is expensive, and it's going to stay right in my car, because I paid for that stuff, and I need to get to places, alright? I am not becoming a pedestrian again. Anyway, that's enough of the reading of the comments. I just wanted, again, if I didn't enough, which, you know what? I haven't done this enough. Thank you so much for Carrie Lynn Davies. If you want to check out her Twitter and her YouTube channel, the descriptions are, it's down there in the descriptions. The description of the descriptions are down below. Check them out. She's wonderfully talented. One of the best voice actresses I've ever worked with. I can't stress that enough. Carrie, if you happen to be watching, thank you so much for all of your help. And as a reminder, all of the videos that I make, whether it's, this thank you video, the comic dubs, or my Let's Plays that I do, I don't make any money off of them. I don't plan to. I just make them for fun and to entertain folks. And so when I see that so many people subscribe and so many people watch them, I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of the time you guys are taking to watch and to subscribe. Thank you so much. If you feel so inclined, because I feel like I deserve a little bit of self-promotion here, feel free to check out my other stuff too. I mentioned my Let's Play channel. If you like my ramblings and getting scared, running around not knowing what to do, yelling at puzzles, because I tend to do that a lot, check out my Let's Play channel, which is also located in the description below. I play games. I sometimes go out of my depth, so that'll be interesting to watch. I also write for a webcomic called Roll to Save, also in the description below. It's a webcomic based upon my real-life experiences, which are true and exaggerated. It's about a group of friends who play D&D and who actually get into mishaps more than they do play D&D. It's drawn by Mason Williams, Tailstake, who does his own webcomic, Leftover Soup, so check that out too. And lastly, my podcast. Because I don't know, I've never really gotten into the podcast game, I decided to do something unique, and I made something based on old-time radio. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's like the Thrilling Adventure Hour, it's called Sleuth. You can check it out at Grandstand Radio over at SoundCloud, and you can also check it out on iTunes. Search Grandstand Radio. I think it's under that name there. Yeah, and that's about it. Again, thank you all so much for checking out my channel, and thanks for sticking with me. And hey, if you keep sticking with me, I'll make some more videos. And hopefully you'll all enjoy them. So far, so good, I think. I mean, and also feel free to comment, too. I value your input, and I may consider them in the next video that I do. When I thank you all again for our next milestone that we hit. I don't know what that is. I'm not a future man. I don't have a crystal ball, so we'll have to come across that when we do. Thank you all again so much, and hey, Happy Turkey Day, everyone!